Hello everyone, I'm Seth with Exotic Motorsports and this is our 2015 Range Rover. This vehicle has been taken care of very well. Very few defects on it. One spot there under the passenger side headlight. Another one under the passenger headlight right there. These are very small, and unless I'm right on top of it, they are very hard to notice. Rock chipping is very minimal. There are some spots here, some holes from the front license plate bracket and a line where it was previously installed. I imagine that would clean up pretty good though. If you were to have it polished, have somebody go over that. Very minimal rock chipping in the front. It's almost not noticeable. Couple blemishes down here at the very bottom. Prone to catching freeway debris. Let's have a look over at the front driver's side fender. Scratch that follows here. All the way to there. Not sure exactly how easy that is to see on camera. It's pretty light. It doesn't look very deep at all. And there's some other few very light ones just above the front driver's side wheel as well. Seems to be the only issue with the front driver's side fender. Let's have a look at the front driver's side wheel. There's a little bit of rash or paint chipping perhaps. Some chipped paint down here. Those seem to be the only two problem areas. The spokes and face of the wheel look really good. Let's have a look at the front driver's side mirror cap. In surprisingly good condition. There are virtually no chips on this at all. Go over the face of the front driver's side door. Very small amount of light scratches inside the door handle area. The rest of the door looks great. Let's look at the rear driver's side door. Small scratch right there, as well as a very faint one that goes overlaps the two doors right there at the seam. Very small scratches, nothing to worry about. No scratching on the inside of the handle area on this door. Very small mark right there. And we have a couple scratches that run along here. They're pretty difficult to see. I honestly almost missed them. Looking at the rear driver's side wheel, some paint chipping there, not very much. A little bit more paint chipping there at the bottom, and rash over here. The area has some rash and a chip at the top. Again, the spokes are in great condition, no scratching or chipping, anything like that. There is one chip, one tiny little guy right there on the side of that spoke. That seems to be, oh, I apologize, there's some chipping on the spoke as well. Those are the only issues with that wheel. Looking over the driver's side rear quarter panel. Small chip there directly above the wheel. Looking at the back bumper now, some scratches going along the top of the bumper. One series of scratches, there's like a couple parallel to each other, and they start about here and run to about there. But there are some lighter ones that kind of just run parallel with the body lines of the rear bumper, just across the entire surface of the top there. They are pretty light, so unless you're right on top of it looking down at it, you probably won't notice them. A couple marks up here. Again, very minimal, difficult to see. Just some superficial wear. A couple blemishes there on the face of the rear hatch. Some fading or scuffs there, scratch as well. Nothing too terrible though, none of those are prominent defects that are glaring at you. They're all small, subtle issues that are very easy to overlook. Looking at the passenger side rear quarter panel now. One very light scratch here. Small chip there. And it looks like a little bit of wear on the inside of the rear passenger side door seam there. Let's have a look at the rear passenger side wheel. Unfortunately, the lip on this wheel seems to be significantly rashed through the majority of the outside of it. It's pretty ate up. Spokes don't seem like they've caught too much of it. There's some damage there. A little bit of damage down in there. Other than that, it looks like the face of the wheel and the spokes are untouched. Looking at the rear passenger side door, no scratching on the inside of the handle. Couple of light scratches there, right next to the door seam. Looking at the front passenger side door, very, very light scratching on the inside of that door handle area. A couple very light scratches on the window trim there. You can see my reflection pretty well in this paint, so I'd say the vehicle is in pretty decent shape. Passenger side mirror cap. Very, very light rock chipping, almost none. Kind of hard to point it out, honestly. That's probably the biggest one I see there. That is super tiny. Going back to the front passenger fender. One very, very tiny blemish there. Very hard to see. Front passenger side wheel. Unfortunately, this one has some significant rash on it as well. Starting to reach up into the spoke there a little bit. Some rash there. But again, the face and the spokes for the most part are untouched. Small rock chip there. Let's have a look at the interior. Oh, if I forgot to mention previously, there's some scratching on the top left side of the hood. Just a bunch of very small ones. And it's just next to the passenger side headlight, so the area is right in here. So now moving to the interior of the vehicle. Start with the rear section first. So this does have Range Rover headsets that go for the rear headrest infotainment system. This has 4-zone climate control, heated and cooled rear seats as well as front. Very, very nice vehicle. Not only that, but the rear seats have power adjustments too. That's not luxury, I don't know what is. Keyless entry as well. So here we have power seats with bolster adjustment as well. Those two buttons adjust the side bolstering. Does have Meridian audio, memory seats for driver and passenger. Push button start. Just fires right up. And this does have the supercharged 5-liter V8 engine. Drives really nice. Navigation, Bluetooth, front parking sensors, different camera views for the outside, dual zone climate control for the front. Shifter, cup holder, different driving modes, selective ride height. This vehicle does have airbag suspension. All the buttons are in great shape. Nothing is faded or damaged. Does have a very nice panoramic moonroof. All the upholstery is in great condition. This vehicle does have 67,608 miles. Alright, let's go have a look at the engine. And the engine, I should say the hood release lever is pretty far down, so it's a lot easier to get out of the vehicle and then do it. So it's down here. Pretty hard to reach if you're sitting up there. Super easy hood release, just has the push up lever right there. And then here we have it. Completely factory. Land Rover supercharged V8 engine. Humming away, nice consistent idle, sounds really healthy. Runs and drives great. That is our 2015 Land Rover. If you have any further questions on this vehicle, please feel free to visit our sales listing at www.exoticmotorsportsok.com. Thank you for watching.